Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Legacy Wealth Talk, where we can all be open to important conversations regarding various topics related to life transformation, love, happiness, well being, and relationships and wealth. My name is Nomsa Clara Mnube. I am the co-founder of Legacy Wealth Talk and the founder of Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency. Today with me, I have Dr. Biget Tan. Good morning, Dr. Biget.
Good morning, Numsa. Thank you so much for having me with you today. It's a
Would you
pleasure.
like would you like to introduce yourself to our audience, please? Your expertise and your credentials, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning, and lovely meeting you all. I'm Birgit Tan, and I am a grief transformations and life success speaker, author, and coach. And my passion is to help people, to help you thrive through any adversities and win with more ease and fun.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bigot. So our topic today, basically, we are talking about what do I do when I feel nothing is left to live for? Because during pandemic, so many lives have been destroyed, and some people feel that their lives have been destroyed. So, Dr. Bigot, what do you think that if someone is feeling this way, what steps is there any steps that you can give them they can do basically to
Sure,
tap into
absolutely.
their self-care, because the self-care is really important for survival.
Right. Absolutely. So there are times when we feel that there is nothing to live for. And funny that you asked that. This has nothing to do with pandemic, but early in this part of my journey, there were times where after 2 years straight of misery, one after another grievous event for 2 straight years, I I literally wish that I could die. I go to sleep every night and wish that I never wake up again. And I would wake up angry because I still wake up. and, and so there were a few things that I found helpful, and for some people that's helpful as well. First of all, of course, to remember that to remember that we're not truly alone. Sometimes it feels that we're truly alone, but there are actually people that care about you. And now sometimes when we are in the darkest moment of our life, we might not feel that anybody do care about us, but there are people that care about you. And if you were to leave them, they will be really truly sad, actually. And so that's one thing. And then the other thing that also can help is, if you choose to not stay alive, that means you has allow yourself to be defeated. So nobody can defeat you except you allow them to defeat you, or no circumstance can defeat you unless you allow them to defeat you. So the way my psychiatrist back then put it was very simply. He says, whatever you do, if you go out there and start shooting people or you shoot yourself, you allow your circumstance to defeat you. Do you really want that? Or do you actually know that you are more worthy than that and there are more in you for that? And then the other things that I find helpful also is actually to make sure that you take care of yourself, that you have have rest, because when we're not having enough rest, when we are not taking care of ourselves. And it is very easy when we have things going on. We want to just try to and do this, and can we do that, and what about this and that. But if we feel overwhelmed, and particularly if we're not having enough sleep, then it's very challenging for us to be able to think clearly and to feel good. Even in a good situations, if you don't have enough sleep and you don't have enough rest, you get exhausted. And so you want to be able to find a way that to take care of yourself, to be able to have enough sleep, and then also to channel the ways that you have in your heart, in whatever ways that work with for you, that is of course safe and non-distractive. And for some people that is singing, for some people that is writing, for some people that is exercise. For me, I discovered dancing at during those time. Nothing worked for me, and I was not one of those that would sit at a back then you could sit at a counselor coach, or I couldn't even. I was in so much grief, I could not even speak what I feel. I just like everything seems to be so dark. But then I found that music and freestyle dancing, that was a lot of Enya that I just moved to, and it's actually that's how I created Dance Away Sadness, Move Beyond Your Grief, which is a freestyle dancing with coaching that actually helped just kind of take one little step at a time to ease us up. And you might find dancing or whatever it is, but to allow the ways in your heart to just be taken away just a tiny bit. And of course allow support, to talk with the people, that even if you feel they don't care, to just tell them you're feeling. And so what if they truly don't care? You think they don't care anyway, right? And if turn out that they care, then well, apparently there is a reasons for you to be around a little longer.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Bigot. I like it when you say you use music and everything that goes with it, basically to actually make sure that you keep yourself alive. And for me is, I always tell myself, if I have water, I have food, I have a room, a shelter, I'm not done yet. I'm not defeated yet. As long as I can have food, then I have a place to stay and have my water. For me, that's enough. And I know some people will say, but I need to have this, I need to have this. But there's so many people at this moment, the businesses have shut down, everything has changed, people have lost their jobs. If you have a family member, you just need that one person. God sends one angel. If you have just one person that is willing to help you, that is willing to actually give you a shelter and say, you can stay here. That's all you need. You don't need to actually feel that, oh, okay, I'm giving people's problems. No, you are not. Because every part that, like right now, you are here. You are helping me, this talk. You are coming basically and helping the audience. That's what life is about. But we intend to look at it in a different way, that I should be the one that is doing this. I should be the one that is doing this. Okay, now the job is not gone. While somebody is willing to keep you in, if the job is gone or the business is gone, if someone is willing to give you a shelter, I would say find ways. Just say, be grateful. Look up and say, I'm grateful for what I have this moment. But I'm going to start finding out, I lost this job. Why did I lose it? Coronavirus, okay, coronavirus is here. Maybe there is something different that you path that you need to take, amazing path. So I would just say, if you are out there, you have water, you have
Yeah.
a shelter, you have that good friend, that good family member, one. You don't need
Yeah.
200 people. You know, what
Yeah.
I've learned, my friend said to me, Nomsa, when I was at school, I used to be popular. And when I was popular, it made me happy. But then after, I realized that I realized that all these friends that I thought I had, they were actually not my friends. Because when I was faced with the challenges, only one person will support me. The rest, they'll just go because they're there when everything is good. So you only need one person to actually stand by you. You don't need the whole world. So that's what I'll say to somebody. If you feel that nothing is working at this moment, just find one person that will.
And yeah, and that's where that is very true. Sometimes it can be very challenging to think that way when everything seems to be so dark. But I would say, if you if you are still breathing without a machine, even
Yes.
if you are even if you if even if as long as you are breathing without a machine, even if you actually don't have a home, some of us lose our home and we're yet to find a good shelter.
Yes.
So even if you're breathing, as long as you're still breathing without a machine, even if you don't have a home, even if you are yet to be able to connect with one person who will be able to help you, if you're still breathing without a machine, life is not done with you.
Yes.
And usually that is because something a whole lot bigger and better is in the store. But it's almost like, sometimes you have to close all doors before you are able to see a different door and open a new one. I actually know one person who truly experienced this very recently because of coronavirus. She was laid off very early on in spring. She lost her job and so forth, and she got to the point that she lose everything. She basically really close being homeless and so forth and so forth and so on. And she's and at the and that darkest moment, she remember her passions. She always wanted, she said, she for years she said, I wish I have time to paint, I wish I have time to do more yoga. And and at the very darkest moment she said, well, I have nothing to lose. I'm just going to start painting and doing more yoga. And in a very, very short time, she actually, every painting that she paint, somebody see it, she put it on Facebook, online, somebody will just buy it. And then the yoga, very soon she was teaching friend, and then the friend said, hey, let me give you some money for teaching me yoga online. And she is actually feeling a whole lot more fulfilled, feel a whole lot better, and actually by now impacting more life and helping more people than when she was working. And so if life is not done with you and there is something in life that is waiting for you, that's most likely is a lot better and a lot bigger and a lot more life-giving for all, if you just hang on one more time.
That is so true. That is so true. When you say you use your friend, someone, they thought they lost everything and then they started doing things for free. That's how you begin, because you wouldn't know if you don't start something. You wouldn't know, and it's just finding that courage inside within it to say, okay, things have gone wrong. I've noticed with myself as well, when things go wrong, I refuse. I used to actually, maybe 15 years ago, I'll feel sorry for myself, but since I refused to feel sorry for myself and asking why this is happening, I don't do that anymore. I just say, okay, God, I thank you for bringing this problem to me, but why have you put this fight in front of me? And then I start searching. When I start searching, to say, okay, this has gone wrong. What can I do better to actually move forward with my life? I feel that you can see you start finding solutions. And the path that you thought was exciting, it wasn't actually. You start realizing actually you were in that wrong path. It was a wrong one, which you would have felt sorry for yourself and hanged on to that path. And I think what you are saying, if someone is out there, just try to find out why you are still existing. If like Dr. Bigot says, if you're not on that machine, That means you will still have a purpose on earth. Just find out what's your purpose. It could be your purpose, it could be painting, like what you were saying. Painting, you can just go and advertise. Painting, you can learn to paint, advertise. And the people that are doing painting, if you don't have money to provide painting for them, you can ask them to buy painting for you. Or maybe say to your neighbors that you know, just say, can you teach me? I need to learn to paint. Can you let me actually come and paint your house for free? Or learn by painting your own house, and then it start like what you were saying. Your friend, when you paint, so when she does yoga for somebody, and then somebody offers to pay. That's how life. That's what life is about. Life is about. We all here on earth to motivate each other to actually help one another, but we don't realize that. And somebody, I used to say sometimes when I have problems, and I will say, I don't want to give people problems. And that I learned the hard way, that when you have a problem, you need to speak up. You need to find that one person that will listen to you and speak, express your problems and say, this is what I'm going through. Because if you don't, no one will know what you're
Yeah.
going through, and no one will be able to help you. And now I don't stay quiet. I just, I've learned one thing that I need to do. I need to stop doing blaming. I don't blame anyone. If things go wrong, I have to just look up and say, God, I am aware this is what is going on, and I have no clue why this is happening, but lead
Mhm.
where I need to go, because I understand that the universe is watching me. And when I listened to one of the videos on YouTube from from Forbes magazine. So this the video says the universe read one words. When you have a problem, you can't say, I wish I can solve that problem. Tell the universe, this is what I'm going through. This is the problem that I'm going through. And just tell the universe, where do you want to go? Where do you wish to go? So just have to, the universe read as it is. It doesn't read going around the bush and saying, I feel sorry for myself. It doesn't read that. It reads, you're ready. You're ready to solve that problem. So I'm learning all these things, but the hard way, that I have to scream my problems. If I have a problem, I can't go and tell everyone, but I have to find that angel that will help me to be where I need to go. So
Mhm.
that is. So what I'm gonna ask you, Dr. Biget, if someone has problem right now during these challenging times, and they have this negative self-talk, how can they bring themselves together and bring a good energy to them?
And they have negative self-talk, and let's say self-defeating talk. The first things is to and it can be a little easier said than done, but to be grateful, that you are breathing without a machine, to be grateful that that you have water to drink, even if you don't have the sometimes we want to have the best everything. But the fact that there are people who are not able to breathe without a machine on for a prolonged basis, not just because of corona. So to be grateful is one. To if we are having a negative self-talk, to start with the gratitude that you are breathing, and to actually remember that, let's say you lost your home, and you lost you lost your work, and so forth. Well, to say, okay, you can lose your work, but it if you are still physically healthy, then it is something that it's not as bad as it could be. If you lose your work, you're physically healthy, and your family are healthy, then it is something that it's not as bad as it could be. I went through in 2019, early 2019. almost exactly a year before COVID, actually, out of the blue, in a matter of 2 weeks, my right hand, my dominant hand, become paralyzed so much so I could not hold a pen. And with that come along of me looking at losing a career that I built over 25 years and took 13 years of college educations, and and on top of that, losing, well, I naturally lose my income, lose my ability to take care of my parents, and on top of that, my mother becomes suddenly critically ill. We thought we're going to lose her, and my relationships of with my long-term companion of 7 8 years suddenly dissolved too. And so it's not trying I'm not trying to impress you on how much I went through, but sometimes it is very easy for us to say, oh my God, this is, I lose my job and this is the end of everything. Or you could say, well, okay, I lose my job, one door closed. What door can I open? Because in every crisis, there is an opportunity. And so that would be one thing that we can definitely do, is to have, to be grateful for what's still good, and then to say, okay, one door closed, what can I open? What door can I open, and perhaps have some quiet times, such that we'll be able, because during those quiet times is actually when you'll be able to listen and find what it is that's better, that's most likely even better, even more life-giving, that's waiting for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think we all been through something. When you are talking about your story, it's like you are actually telling you are telling me my story, because I was having all this problem. I went to a phase where I was having all these problems and having all these problems piled up. And then when you have all these problems piled up, you think, oh, that is the end. And then you get hit by something else and you're like, God, is there any more coming? So it's when you are used to that and you are like, just bring it on. Whatever you want to bring, universe, bring it on, because I don't know why you're bringing all these problems, but I'm ready to go on a ride. So is something that myself, I've been through so much in life, where I came to a point where I had my dad dying, and then I had my stepfather dying, I had my stepmother dying. And then I was like, is there any more things that can happen in my life? And then I had my grandmother dying, which is, she was the woman that looked after us basically when our parents were going to work. So she was part of us. We were very, very close to her. And at that moment you start realizing, like, is there anything else that is can come in my way? And problems that comes your way, they make you stronger. You
Yeah.
become stronger. And as long as you have friends that tell you the truth, because I have friends basically when I'm going through something, they're like, okay, Nomsa, what can I do for you? Do you want me to help you with the kids? Do you want me to help you with anything? Do you need food? Know that we are here to help you, but you need to actually do the work. So basically, strength. When they say do the work, it means I need to lift myself up. And I know as I am speaking right now, I have so many friends that have lost their parents in South Africa, and they are not able to travel to say goodbye to their families, to their loved ones through the pandemic. Um, all I can say is only you can lift yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
Only you can ask for guidance and ask for God, whatever your beliefs, to say, I need strength. I
Yeah.
need strength to go on, because I can tell you whatever I'm feeling, whatever I think is right, but only you can lift yourself up and say, I'm going to take a stand. Because when you are living, like Dr. Bickett, you were saying, when you are on earth, you are still breathing. That means it's not over yet. It's not over. You still have to go on. You still have to fight. I believe that you can call to a higher power and seek help and seek assistance. You last time when you were here, you talk about the retreat, silent retreat. Sometimes you just need some me time, and that silent retreat and playing some music and connecting your energy within, because we we work all the time. It's all about the other people, but sometimes you need that me time on your own, and be silent and just play the music and whatever works for you.
Yeah, and to be silent, to allow. Sometimes it's almost like a lot of ways from life to say, okay, slow down, be quiet,
Yep.
listen listen in, and yes, just like you said, the only you, like you said, Nomsak, only you can lift yourself up. Now at the same time, do know that we're here for you, that
Yep.
Numsas and myself, and a lot of the speakers on this platform are here for you. If you just want to reach out and to ask for help, many of us provide complimentary laser coaching. And then I would say, sometimes things can seems to be so dark, but I want to share a quote from Albert Camus that says, in the depth of winter, I finally learned that there was in me an invincible summer. So things might be, and right now it's winter time for a number of us, and it's the dark days of winters, and all the circumstance can just make it seems to be even more challenging. Next week it's Thanksgiving here in the United States, and it's definitely not a normal one for anybody, and the holidays is not going to be normal either. And so and it could seems to be really really dark and really really just gloomy, but just remember that inside of you, not out there, inside of you is an invincible summer, and you can choose to tap into that and bring more joy and more flowers and more goods from it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bickett. I call it an invisible veil. Thank you so much. I think that is a powerful advice. We don't know what tomorrow brings. Everything is invisible. Like today is Friday the 20th, but we don't know what the 21st it will bring. It's an invisible 21st. So we just have to, whoever is going through something, just keep going. It's not over yet until you say it's over. It's not over yet. Just keep going. Like Dr. Biget says, it's an invisible summer. So you just have to keep going and knowing that you know your destination. Drive the car, hold the keys, be the driver in that car, and knowing that everything is just gonna be just fun. Every decision you make is a good decision as long as you keep going. There is no good path or bad. It's only bad when when you fall and refuse to get up. Right now so many people are falling but refuse to actually stay down. Just pick yourself up. Thank you so much. Like Dr. Biget say, if you need to get in touch with Legacy Wealth Talk and all the speakers at Legacy Wealth Talk, please feel free to get in touch with them. And I think I need to actually find a system where we can put all the speakers on the thing. I'm gonna have a think of that, so anyone who wants to get in touch with them, they can get in touch with the speakers. So please feel free to actually get in touch with all the speakers or Dr. Biget, or if you want to get in touch with me and Legacy Wealth Talk, please feel free to do so. And we love you guys. Anything you want to leave, any words of encouragement you want to leave to our audience, Dr. Biget?
Thank you. Absolutely. Yes. Just to To remember Napoleon Hill's quotes that every adversity, every heartbreak, every failure has in it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Right now, you might not be able to see what the benefit, but it is up to you to find that seed, and you want to find the seed instead of giving up, because knowing that your adversities actually have the seed of a greater benefit for you.
Stay blessed. Live with grace, everyone, and God bless you. We'll see you. I'll see you Sunday, and Dr. Biget, we'll see you sometime next week. Live with
Thank
grace,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.